Okay, we're looking at offensive success by field zone. In this particular case, we want to look only at run plays that are by a running back. I don't want to look at when a quarterback runs the ball, a wide receiver, etc. So I just want to look at running backs when they're running the ball. You can filter by yards to go. Obviously, if you got a 1st and 10, that would be 1st and 10 yards to go. In this case, I want to look at everything up until 10 yards. I don't want to look at long, over 10-yard plays. I'm only looking at the 1st and 2nd downs. And in this case, I'm going to show you how you can use this table, for instance, to look at one-score games, which is kind of neat. So you can adjust these sliders, or you can just come in here and type 8. And now it'll adjust and it'll give me only what plays happen when the game is within one score, and only when they're obviously on 1st or 2nd down. So here's the overall NFL average, and the way that this table is lined up is it goes each team, and each team has its own row. The far right column over here is that team's average over the entire football field. However, you can also look at it as you work in 20-yard increments up the football field. So this is what a team does inside their own 20-yard line, so their own end zone to the 20. This is the midfield area from the 41 to the 41. And over here is the red zone when a team is trying to score a touchdown. And for instance, you can look at these if you want. You can choose, let's do this. We can see here that when a team runs the ball with 10 yards, within 10 yards, the overall success rate is 44%. But let's say we want to isolate only short yardage runs. So we'll quickly do that, and you can see there's no plays that show up because we have no yards to go anywhere selected. So I want to look at what they do within, let's say, 3 yards to go. So 1 to 3 yards to go in a one-score game on 1st or 2nd down. On average, and let's choose the first half here, just to eliminate. 5 is overtime, 1st and 2nd quarter. Okay. So here the overall average is 65% success rate. Now the way that success rate works essentially is that every single time that you're calling a play, there's a different success rate associated with it based upon your down and your distance to go. So on a 1st down, what's considered a successful play is going to be different than if you're at 3rd and 5 and you have to get a 1st down in order to continue driving the football. So a successful play on 3rd down is going to be different than 2nd and then 1st. This basically says binomial, yes or no. Was it successful or was it not? And it gives you a 1 or a 0. And that's the way to look at success rate. It's actually very useful if you want to eliminate big yardage plays or small yardage plays. You just want to look at, are you achieving optimal success regardless of how many additional yards you're gaining over a successful play definition. So let's say we want to look at the difference between handing the ball off to a running back in a one-score game with, obviously 1 to 3 yards to go. The overall NFL average is 65%. Inside the red zone, it's 57%. But there are some teams who obviously were terrible at it last year, as you can see here in red. Inside the red zone, they were terrible when they tried to give their running back the ball on 1st or 2nd down in short yardage. Now, in particular, let's just look at 2nd down, because I'm a big proponent of trying to run the ball on 2nd and short, quickly come to the line of scrimmage and call a run play as opposed to try a pass play in that scenario. Here you can see the overall NFL average is 68%. What is the difference between that and calling a pass play to essentially anybody? Let's just go ahead and click the all. Okay, so a 2nd and short pass play in 1st down. You can see the overall NFL success rate is down to 55%. So it went from 68% down to 55%. So it's 13% more successful on average across the entire NFL to call a run play on short yardage than it is to call a pass play. Now, theoretically, the pass play may gain more yards, but if the goal is just to get a 1st down, then run plays generally are far more successful at doing that. So this is the way that you can utilize this table. There's a lot of other things that you can look at. on here and filter things to look for different efficiencies. And I think you'll find this very helpful.